My topic is how to show you how to make drop earrings. As you can see, drop earrings are very simple to make. There are many types of earrings like hoop earrings, dangle earrings, wire earrings, and many more that use beads or just simple wires. But today I'm going to show you how to make drop earrings. They're very simple, and if you make them with much fancier beads, which are more elegant, they can be good for a formal occasion, or like these for just any casual party or anything. The importance of knowing how to make drop earrings for someone like a college student is the fact that they are very inexpensive. They don't require many materials, and the materials that they do require are not expensive at all. And at the same time, you can do them with the kind of beads that you want. For example, these beads down here, as you can see, there's pearl beads or there's different colored beads, and as you can see, there's a difference in size. There's also other kinds of beads that have bumpy edges, so the texture is definitely different. Or like these that are more faded, the texture is different and the kind of bead is different because they have rounded edges. Or these that are clear and different colors, and you can get the much smaller beads. So apart from your beads, you have your jeweler's pliers. Many people have pliers that are 3-in-1, but I personally like to have the 3 different pliers. For example, these are the cutting nose pliers, which you use to cut your wires, which you will see in a second. And you have your round nose pliers, which are good to make rounded edges or make them into hoops. And these are your flat nose pliers, which are good to make the 90-degree angles, which you will be able to see. And then we have the bead thinner, and bead thinners are good because not all beads have such large bead holes, So if you find one, because they're not all made exactly the same, so if you find one that has a much smaller bead hole, what you do is you take the bead thinner and you place it through and you work your way until it works on the other side. And that allows you to place the end pin. The end pin of your earring is this wire, which are very thin, and you can pretty much find them at any store that has a jewelry section or a how to make a jewelry section, which they also have books on how to make different jewelry there if you want. And these end pins are good to make the drop earrings because they're easy to bend, they're easy to cut through. It all depends on how you want them. And it causes you to take, you can also use the head pin, which is the part that you put through your ear. So that's the hook, the earring hook. And you also have the earring back, which many of us know as the little plastic thing behind the ear. Okay, so in order to get started, I already pre-made an earring. So these are the drop earrings that we're going to be making today. What you do is you start with an end pin, whichever one you want. I brought a couple. These bend very easily. It depends on which ones you buy. There's also in gold. The same goes for the earring hook. They come in different colors. These bend very easily because they're the cheaper ones because of the fact that they were just for casual earrings. So if you want fancier things, then you can buy the more expensive ones. So what you do is you take your bead. So for example, I started with this little black one, and you place it through the end pin. And as you see, there's a flat, wider part on the bottom to hold the bead through. So that causes the beads to not fall through the earring. And then you take the following bead and place it through. And you continuously do that until you finish the earring the way you want it. Okay, so there you go. You take another bead, place it through, and then the very last one. Okay, so that way they look exactly the same, the way you want them, depending on how many beads you want, or if you want less, or the color, or the type of bead. As you can see, this part is way too large to put as an earring. So you take your cutting nose pliers, and you want to go ahead and cut at about 1 centimeter off. You have to hold the beads because since they have a larger bead hole than the end pin, They're going to be moving around, but that's fine. That way you can have a little bit more space and they won't be as tight. They can move around a bit. So you want to hold it and you want to cut off about 1 centimeter so that you can put the earring hook through. Hold on to the beads. Yeah, you want to be careful with those because those get lost very easily. So you have a much smaller piece of end pin now, which is what you wanted. And then you take your flat nose pliers and you bend it in a 90-degree angle. Can't really tell if it's a 90-degree angle, but you guys get the idea. So that way it's a straight, and you can see how it bends there, so you can have space. And then you take your round nose pliers and you start bending, which it's going to move because of the fact that the earrings are larger. The beads are larger, so it's going to be moving a bit, so just hold on tight. And you want to start making a rounded tip, but you want to leave a space because of the fact that you need to put your earring hook through. So you want to put it through and put it all the way to the other side. And you take your round nose pliers again and bend it through. So you want to make sure it doesn't cut the bead. Okay. And there you have it. And then you take your earring back and place it through. Some of these are kind of tight. Okay. And then you have your earring pair. So the importance of these beads and having all these materials and being able to make these is the fact that they're very easy and simple to make. As you can see, it took me less than 7 minutes, and the materials are very inexpensive. They're good for you as a college student to be able to make your own earrings. You can find any of these materials at any store that has a jewelry section or how to make a jewelry section. As a college student, they're good for budget, and I'd like to think they look nice. So that way you can make any kind of earring you want. And so there you go. My name is Brisa Gonzalez, and thank you for your time.